This week on Tech Talk Tonight, who would win, CISPA or Netflix? That doesn't make any sense, but there are three different stories in there that we talk about this week on Tech Talk Tonight. All that and more coming up next.
This is Tech Talk Tonight, episode 85 for Wednesday, May 1st, 2013, May Day. Firebox!
This is Tech Talk Tonight, episode number 85. If only I had updated the lower third once again after messing with Photoshop and delaying the show. We're using the new Vid Blaster tonight, folks, and we might be suffering because of it. The new beta came out this past week. Actually, it came out right before our last show. I opted not to use it last show and then tried to use it this week, and, well, you might see what's going on. Hopefully the audio is just fine. Gavin, how are you this week?
I am well. How about you?
Other than, always fighting and forever messing with this studio, the same. How are you?
What's new around town?
Around town, well, our good friends.
How's the running project going?
Our very good friends. I don't know. We're going to say that now. How about the Laurie Theater, their Kickstarter project, which I believe we have just mentioned on the show not too long ago back when it started, is coming to a close this Saturday, and they are very close to their goal. I think they
literally
will make it.
Cannot believe that they made $57,000.
It's let's see here. I'm going to
and
log
as
in
we
to make
discussed
sure.
last week or the week before, how much of that is just them putting up the money so that they can get within close distance?
Why wouldn't you do that just like all at the end?
Because you want to milk it out of people to say we're 2,000. Like if you're getting towards the end and you're still like $20,000 away, no one's going to donate. But if you're only $1,000 away, people are going to keep donating. And they did go up, if you remember, last week or the week before, it was in the 30s. So someone just dropped like $20K. Are we recording now?
But we have a backup recording now. Maybe.
Oh, did we just lose our stream too?
No, I think we're still going.
Oh.
It's way behind, but we're going. Oh, man. Wow. I wish things worked better.
Someone found your geocache.
Really?
I don't know. That's what it says.
Well, this is fun.
So this is what they tune in for.
Maybe. So why don't you kick us off with the first tech story of the week then, Gavin?
First tech story, CISPA probably won't reach the Senate. So this is the privacy / I don't even know what kind of bill it is, but basically it's bad for the internet. It means that I don't know.
What don't you know about this? This is
okay. So last year there was PIPA / CISPA. PIPA was the first one, right?
SOPA.
And now PIPA and CISPA. And it's just like you can't get behind all of them. It's just tiring.
Well, yeah,
and this is what they're counting on. And it works because I don't care. I can't follow all this crap. Did you follow it, Braden?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, I read this article. I just for the fact that I'm glad that the Senate is basically putting a stop to it, but now it's basically going to become a bunch of little bills.
It's just gonna come back. Then
it's going to trickle into our system.
I have a little faith in the government anyway.
But at least the people are taking note and actively seeing what's coming out as bills and stuff as far as what is going to govern our internet.
In other bad news, Netflix will lose almost 2,000 movies this Wednesday. What's the deal with that?
It's almost 1,800. Everybody rounds up to 2,000. But, yeah, it seems like a lot of the older movies, we were looking through them last night because Andrew's currently watching The West Wing. You ever seen The West Wing?
I love The West Wing.
Well, Andrew's currently watching that.
What season?
I think she started at the beginning.
Have you had the Republican?
I'm not watching, so I don't know anything about this.
The fun fact, you probably know this already. Who's the girl who was in Wicked, the original Wicked?
Which one?
Kristen Chenoweth
yes?
is in The West Wing as a Republican.
There's a lot of people in The West Wing, from what I can tell. Chad John. No, not Chad.
Pretty sure
Frog Pants guy.
Scott Johnson.
Scott Johnson is currently watching The West Wing as well, as he will tweet out pictures.
I thought you were going to say that he's in The West Wing. I was going to be like,
cool.
You're on drugs. And there's not that many people in The West Wing. Like, Rob Lowe went on to have a successful career. Could we pay attention here, buddy?
I'm being yelled at from a person on my geocache.
We can worry about that later. Let's pay attention to the topic at hand.
West Wing, is that our topic at hand?
Anyway, okay, so is West Wing off of Netflix now?
No, that is not leaving Netflix. A bunch of older movies, James Bond movies are leaving. It's a lot of this, what was it, Warner Brothers stuff, Andrea? If only we had our expert and Netflix watcher on the show tonight.
Cruel Intentions is one thing.
Cruel Intentions. The Sarah Michelle Gellar, is that her name? Buffy's in that.
And then Netflix is trying to battle this PR saying like, blah, blah, blah. We are a dynamic thing of movies and we'll continue to get more as we lose some, basically.
True, and it sounds like Warner Brothers is basically doing their own thing now, like Netflix. And don't you think if it doesn't take off, they'll eventually just let Netflix have them back again?
I guess. I mean,
I hope that would happen.
Kate and I were thinking of switching from Hulu Plus to Netflix, but this will, I mean, even though it's probably not even movies that I care about, the headlines do make me think like, oh, should I really switch or should I stay with Hulu Plus?
Does this defer your decision now?
Probably. I don't know.
Were you looking forward to watching SpongeBob SquarePants?
Yeah, I don't even know what's actually on Netflix. 'Cause we actually watch mostly TV shows on.
There's a lot of those.
Hulu
It sounds
Plus.
like some of them were just lost, but.
Can you watch Lost? Speaking of Lost.
Yes. Lost was on there. I don't know if it's leaving. I didn't check that. But yeah. If you want to watch Lost, do what we're going to do. Well, no, you haven't seen Lost for the first time yet, have you?
I watched like 2 episodes. I wasn't that impressed.
There's a torrent out there that puts Lost in chronological order, which Lost was, every episode was like you jump through time with a backstory and a normal story. Well, if you think that's really annoying, maybe this torrent is for you and you watch it completely in chronological order, which, the island is the big thing in Lost, right? Or did I just spoil that for you?
Yeah, the island is the big thing.
Okay, they don't make it to the island until after season 2. I think that's funny.
That is funny because the original beginning scene is their plane crashing and crashing to the island.
Yes.
Oh, do you not know it's an island in the real thing?
No,
I thought you
pretty
could
much
assume
do
it
at the
was an
beginning.
island.
Yeah.
But it's not actually an island. It's like a time warp.
It's many things.
And then they didn't resolve it.
This isn't a Lost podcast. We should not get into this.
That's why I'm never going to watch it, because they didn't resolve it.
They did.
No, they didn't.
I'm resolved. I don't know.
You are.
I'm resolved.
Not everyone is.
No, not everyone. We talked about this on Slimcast. Some of the very few Slimcasts that there were from this studio. Lost was a big topic on it.
Anyway, so I think it's now time for our subreddit of the week.
Yeah, I'm not going to even try with the video this week. So our subreddit of the week this week is...
Who would win?
Who would win, Gavin? In a fight between me and you, who would win?
Oh, you should have posted that as our promo.
That wouldn't have been bad, but I didn't hear back from the mods until too late.
Well, you could run better because you're in better running shape than I am right now. But I've got height on you, so...
You do have height on me, but is
you've
that always a good
got weight
thing?
on me.
Do I?
I don't know.
Which do you weigh?
Do
you want to reveal this on the internet right now?
I haven't weighed myself. I'll happily put my weight on the internet as soon as I know.
I weighed 178.5 this morning.
I think I weigh in the 160s, 170s range.
Really? I envy you.
So
I got a lot of feedback from the mods. It was just I checked it too late, I guess. But I want to read this one. And this is in response to why did this subreddit come about? And I believe this is one of the original people. So the Fat Kids No Friends, Fat Kid No Friends is his username. I'm sorry, buddy. As for how this all started, I work as a carpenter, banging nails all day. So to pass the time, my coworkers and I would discuss the important questions in life. Which famous actor would play you in a movie adaptation of your biography? Where would we meet up in case of a zombie attack? And of course, which fictional characters / superpowers would win against others and why? The former topic was always the most common and wildly entertaining, so I sought to spread the conversation to the internet. And that is how the subreddit was born. I would love to answer more questions, but I have to work now. Thank you for your interest, though.
He has to nail more nails.
He has to nail more nails.
Yeah, so this is I mean, everybody's played this game. Who would win this or that?
So like Superman versus Thor.
The question is, is it like a physical battle or a mental battle is my beef.
Let's say physical battle between
yeah,
Superman and Thor.
that's what everyone assumes.
Well, okay, you could change the stuff around if you want. But I'm asking you right now, Superman or Thor?
I don't know who either of those are.
You don't know who Superman is.
I know who Superman is. I know he wears tights and a cape. And that's all I'm familiar with. He's Clark Kent.
The most famous superhero of all time.
The problem is that Superman has all powers, doesn't he? So it's like, who would win?
Not all powers.
Yes. This is the ultimate problem. Superman would always win. Because
okay, funny you would say that.
Because every other superhero has some flaw. Superman does not have such flaws.
He has kryptonite.
Okay.
He has a lot of like things that would cause him. Like he's also defenseless against magic. I know that's in some comic book lore. So one of the important things,
Magic the Gathering,
and this is actually marked as important on their subreddit, which is very nice. Which this is a great part of their subreddit.
Except the top header is gaudy.
It's
design-wise.
It's got a lot of pictures in it. Important. This sub is getting sick of Batman, Superman, Flash, Hulk, and Dragon Ball Z. Allow me to sum up every fight that includes any of them so you don't have to waste your time in more fights that have happened hundreds of times already. Batman always wins with prep time. Superman always wins unless it's against Batman because he's Superman. Flash wins every fight if you delete his personality and actual fighting style to make him artificially OP. And okay,
what does OP mean?
Overpowered.
Oh. See, I am an expert on superheroes because I did know that Superman fact.
That he's OP?
Yes.
Okay.
So what are your favorite battles on this subreddit so far that you've seen?
Well,
Cake versus pie.
Ooh. I go cheesecake.
No, you can't do that, Wayne.
Cheesecake is technically a cake, so I go cake. But it's a lot like a pie.
Looks like pie won.
Did it? Oh,
it has the most
chat room?
votes. No, in the subreddit, it has the most votes.
Okay, so I asked you this beforehand. Spike Spiegel is a character from Cowboy Bebop. He is a bounty hunter. Then I also asked him versus Han Solo to the mods because I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's good.
Matchup.
Two bounty hunters.
Two bounty hunters. So let's see here. RFL Moo rolls on floor laughing. Moo. Oh, he gave me more of a question. What's the arena? What weapons, vehicles do they have, and are they allowed partners? So he wants more information.
Politician cop out.
All right. Krillian says Spike Spiegel has to win. His cybernetic eye has to allow for a quicker response time. I didn't know Spike had a cybernetic eye.
I think he just made that up.
Maybe.
Counting on the fact that you don't know about him.
I've seen all of Cowboy Bebop.
Well, there you go.
All right. And maybe I just don't remember that part. Gohan's son says Han Solo. So it's 2 for 2, or 1 for 1 in the mods of the subreddit. Wait, I have here. No, one more. My favorite fight so far has... Oh, that's a different one. Spike Spiegel has to win. Oh, no, that's the one I read too. Okay, so 1 for 1. Spike Spiegel and Han Solo. 1 for 1. Who do you say?
Han Solo.
And I'll go Spike Spiegel. So
right.
we are again 2 for 2.
The problem and the ultimate problem of this is that it's just talk, waste of time, hot air, and no one will ever know.
But like the guy who started the subreddit, it's stuff to pass the time. It's a topic of conversation.
Okay. Things I don't want to devote my brain cycles to.
Fine. You're just not a fanboy enough for any of these like characters and stuff.
So speaking of things I want to devote my brain cycles to, there are more tech stories.
All right, moving back to tech, but
so,
a very nice setup for who would win. I'm subscribed now. I look forward to reading through all of these different matchups and stuff. Ozymandias versus Batman, that's a good one. He's a character from The Watchmen. Did you see that movie?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Let's move on then. Tech stories, Gavin.
So
what do you got?
the first website that has ever existed at CERN. Tim Berners-Lee created the internet at CERN.
Yes.
Supposedly.
But
I thought the United States invented the internet. I thought Al Gore invented the internet.
is this what grinds your gears, Gavin?
No.
Oh. Never mind then.
Anyway, I guess CERN did some stuff that was cool, and then the U.S. stole it. But Tim Berners-Lee, who was instrumental, put up this website, and now they put up the original website at the same URL that it was at the past, which is
what
kind of
URL
fun.
is that?
info.cern.ch/hypertext/dub-dub-dub/theproject.html.
I love that.
The World Wide Web, W3.
Why would
It's
it have
a
to
wide
start
area
with something
hypermedia
that?
information retrieval initiative aiming to give universal access to a large universe of documents. Everything there is online about W3 is linked directly or indirectly to this document, including the executive summary. So, I mean, this was like the very early days, right? Like, there are just links to separate pages. He, like, literally coded this himself, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no styles, nothing whatsoever. If you look, the fun part is if you look at the page source, you can actually see the original source.
I'm also trying to pull up the website, and I think it's running off the same bandwidth that it started with because it's taking forever. You're currently on it, and we're exceeding the user max of the web page.
Actually, I think that might be true.
Is that true?
That might be true.
Okay, because I can't access it right now.
Oh, no, there it is. It's back.
Nope, it popped up for me too. So
well,
here it is.
So anyway, it's a cool idea, and the project, they're kind of trying to encapsulate the early web, considering that in like 100 years, people are going to look back on the web and they won't have first-person experiences with the beginnings of the web. So I think it's a good idea. Similar projects are kind of like archive.org, which is
right.
You can post up your open stuff and they'll store it for free. They've got like terabytes and quadruple bytes of data in their database servers. Yeah, Doug in the chat room was just pointing out. What was that?
It was the wrong week to quit drinking.
Tim Berners-Lee was in the past Olympic ceremony last summer or whatever.
Yes, he was.
And he kind of looked kind of outrageous.
A little bit. He was sitting in front of a little computer. They were doing like Europe through the ages.
Oh yeah, and
stuff.
then Meredith Vieira didn't know anything about him, and then we talked about this on the show.
Yes, we did.
So speaking of crappy websites, you found a particular crappy one.
Oh yeah, we gotta pull this one up too.
Now that we're talking about this local tech to our area.
Yes. Okay, so I'm running a triathlon here come 3 weeks. Less than that now. And it's gonna be at Carlisle Lake.
Ultra triathlon? What level of triathlon?
Sprint class. The lowest class.
Oh, jeez.
No.
All right, I'm doing this with you.
All right.
I'm not registering, though.
That's
I'm
fine.
just showing up and doing it.
All right. I'm okay with that.
All right, continue.
Okay, so it's at Carlisle Lake, and I went to go look to see what type of camping and stuff. Maybe we could camp before the actual triathlon. And I found this gem. Gavin, what is your favorite part about this website?
Well, it's hard to decide between the fish that moves from the right to the left.
There. That's fun.
Or the right-hand column that looks like paper. It's CarlisleLake.com. I know everybody's...
I love the advertisements, too. Want to see your hit counter do this? It's so fast, Gavin. I can't keep up with all the clicks. How can I get my website to do this?
It's created by David A. Dawson, info@carlisleLake.com. Date last modified, March 30th, 2013.
It's being updated.
It is actually being updated. It's literally amazing that there's still a website like this. Like, does this guy not go on the web and realize that his page is the worst looking page on the internet? Or does he only update this website?
He's too distracted with keeping the joke of the day up to date. Would you like to hear today's joke of the day, Gavin?
Service, probably. You think he updates that?
I don't know.
That's got to be through a
Actually, it goes jokes by Just Clean Jokes from the iPhone
what is
app.
What is the joke of the day?
50 years of bliss. On our 50th wedding anniversary, a couple summed up. Yes.
Wait, this
it's
is
from
what the
Just
joke
Clean
of the day
Jokes.
was yesterday.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, maybe this isn't updating. I didn't read it.
Crap.
Okay, 50th wedding anniversary, a couple summed up the reason for their long and happy marriage. The husband said, "I have tried never to be selfish. After all, there is no I in the word marriage." The wife said, "For my part, I have never corrected my husband's spelling." Because there is an I in marriage. It's a grammar.
It's funny.
Ah.
Well, while you're on this website, you might want to click the calendar link on the left-hand side. Can you do that? Pull it up on the screen?
Yes. Calendar. Where are we at? How low are we?
At the bottom.
There it is. Got it? Okay, what do we got? The requested calendar, carlake.com, was not found.
Oh, crap. Oh, let's go to some real estate.
Wait, is this supposed to be Carlisle Lake? Or no, it's just Car Lake.
/real estate /page14.htm. I can list my business here. What? Why would I list my business on real estate? I guess if I'm selling my business?
Try it free for 30 days. Oh, buddy. I'm sure he coded this all himself.
It looks like front page to me, but yeah.
Should we look it up? All right, we're really ragging on this guy's work. This could be somebody's pride and joy. You don't know. Are you already built withing it?
You can see on the sixth line of the thing, front page 6.0.
Microsoft front page.
But yeah, so attention out there, make a better website, or go to squarespace.com and pay $100 a year and get a free, good-looking website.
Also, Squarespace, get a hold of us.
This is where we put a Squarespace.
We
ad.
would totally be your ad people.
Any other tech news? I think we should wrap this up soon.
Yeah, we were going a little bit long with some of these, but oh wow, that
Illinois wants to steal your social media.
Illinois
password.
wants to.
Well, they're
you were mentioning this
they're
beforehand.
making a law that the media
this?
sensationalized the story. Basically, they're saying like you don't have to give your password to your employer, but like they can make it required as part of their like employment policy.
Okay.
So they basically like have to tell you ahead, and it's only if you like do it for like business related things. So that's what people are angry about.
So if I was looking to get a job, let's just say hypothetically, with a company that did social media marketing, you would think this was the type of company
that would be an Illinois-based business.
Okay.
But yeah, if it was an Illinois-based business, like basically the bill says they can require you to give them passwords to business-related accounts. Which obviously,
but business-related accounts, that's okay.
But the way it's worded, it could be interpreted to say, "Oh, Braden, tweeted about just the same, Gavin tweeted about maps. That means his company needs to be able to get his password." Could be interpreted that way. That's the problem with laws. That's why we should have no laws.
Yeah, we should get rid of all laws. Anarchy reigns supreme.
Anyway, this is not a political podcast. Anything else?
Yet.
That's all I got. Digitize Lori Theater. Did we talk about that? Oh, yeah,
that's the Kickstarter, which tune in maybe Saturday. We're still in the works of getting this fine-tuned, I guess, but we might be broadcasting again, probably from this channel, from this Justin TV channel, and we're going to be with Hillary McLaughlin and maybe her husband as well, and basically talk about their Kickstarter as their Kickstarter is ending. The reason, you were saying?
Well, I was just going to say that they should really take some of that money and make the second floor of the Lori flame resistant, because I've said it once. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. That's a death trap, fire death trap up there.
Maybe that's what they're working on. They needed a lot of money. That has to be for more than just a projector.
Hopefully. Anyway, that's all the time we got. Everybody, go to our website, techtalktonight.com, for all the links to how to interact, chat, email, tweet us, subscribe on iTunes, or subscribe in your podcaster of choice.
And you can find me personally on the Twitters at Braden H. Look forward to talking with you. And Gavin, where can they find you out on the webs?
Twitter.com/GavinR or GavinR.com.
Anything else we have yet tonight, Gavin? What say you?
That's all we got.
All right. And with that, we wish everybody a great night, and bye, everybody. Outro. Play.